Hi, now we are going to see about the equation for the derivation of, now we are going to see the derivation part for the one compartment open model IV infusion. So we will try to see the derivation part for the IV infusion. So IV infusion, we are dividing that into two cases. One case is normal IV infusion, case 2 is steady state concentration achieved through IV infusion. So there are two cases. Case 1 is normal IV infusion, just given the IV infusion, the drips are going in. For that, what is the equation? And case 2 is for achieving the steady state concentration, what is the equation? And there is a case 3 also, to achieve that steady state equation, steady state concentration of drug in the body. In case of IV infusion, we are giving loading dose and maintenance dose. Combining those two equations for loading dose and maintenance dose, we will get another equation. So we divide this IV infusion in three parts. First is normal IV infusion equation. Second one is steady state equation. Third one is to achieve that steady state, what is the loading dose and maintenance dose equation. So first we will see case 1, normal. Case 1 is normal IV infusion. How can we represent that? Because body I am considering as a one compartment open model. Open means it's coming and it is going from other way. So that what is open. So rate in and rate out. This what is open. So rate out every time will be first order kinetics. So I am representing as overall elimination rate constant Ke. Rate in will be R0. Infusion rate will be in zero order. Why we call it as a zero order? Because while keeping the rate of infusion into the body, we never check how much drug is remaining in the infusion bottle. We never check that. We never see that, okay, now the drug in the infusion bottle is very less, so decrease the rate. Now the drug in the infusion bottle is more, increase the rate. We never do that. We just keep one rate, and from the in that rate only drug will be entering into the body continuously. So we call that as a zero order rate. Okay, so rate will be in zero order, rate out will be in first order. So I told you how to start the equation. To start the derivation, what is the first equation? Rate of change of amount of drug in the body is equal to rate in and rate out. So in minus out. What is in here? R0. Good. What is out here? Ke. Because it is first order kinetics, we need to write X. It is dependent on the amount of drug present in the body. So Ke into X. That what is your dx by dt. Now if we integrate this equation, assume this equation has 1, integrate and rearrange the equation 1, you will get X is equal to R0 by Ke whole 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke t. Integrate and rearrange the above equation will lead to this equation. Now we are representing X as amount of drug present in the body. Convert that into concentration. We know that amount is equal to concentration multiplied by volume of distribution. Substitute this equation here. If you substitute this equation here, you will get concentration multiplied by volume of distribution is equal to R0 by Ke into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke t. Now send this volume of distribution on the right hand side. What we'll get? We'll get this equation, that is concentration is equal to R0 by Ke multiplied by Vd into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke t. Ke into Vd is called as clearance. I already told you in the one compartment open model IV bolus. So we can substitute here. This can be written as C is equal to R0 by clearance into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke t. You remember this has the equation for case 1. What is case 1 in case of IV infusion? Case 1 is normal IV infusion. How can we represent this? In the form of graph. So you have plasma drug concentration, time. Slowly you will increase the concentration through IV. Then after that, if you stop IV, there will be decrease in the concentration of drug. Whatever the graph is there, this part, if you extrapolate in a straight line, it will touch to the y-axis somewhere here. Okay, so this part will give you, the slope of this will give minus ke by 2.303. Slope of this extrapolated graph will give you ke value. So you can estimate ke from the case 1 also. Case 1, this equation is represented by this graph. That what is case 1. Now we try to see what is case 2. Now we are going to see about what is the case 2. Case 2 is obtaining the steady state concentration. Steady state concentration. This steady state concentration means what? There is no overall, there is no change in rate of change of drug in the body will be 0. So at steady state concentration, dx by dt will be 0. Remember, okay, that we represent as CSS, that is steady state concentration steady state. So steady state concentration, the overall drug in the steady state concentration, the rate of change of drug will be 0. The rate of change amount of drug will be 0. Hence, if we substitute this one in the equation, the equation is the rate of change of amount of drug is equal to rate in and rate out. What is in case of IV infusion? In case of IV infusion, in is your R naught and out is first order elimination Kex. As we know this one, substitute 1 in 2, assume this has 2 equations, substitute this in this one, you will get 0 is equal to R naught minus Kex. Interchange it, it will be rearranged as R naught is equal to Kex. Now substitute concentration here in place of this one. So take this as a 3, equation 3. So I want concentration terms in case of in place of amount. X is the amount. So we know that amount is equal to concentration multiplied by volume of distribution. Take it as a 4. Substitute 4 in 3. Okay, substitute 4 in 3. What you will get? You will get R naught is equal to Ke. See here, Ke into X. X, instead of X I am writing concentration and volume of distribution. Solve the equation for the concentration. Now whatever the amount you are taking here, because we are talking about the steady state concentration, whatever the amount I am taking here, this amount will be steady state and the corresponding concentration will be steady state. Okay, the amount will be steady state and corresponding concentration will be steady state. Rearrange the equation, it will lead to steady state concentration is equal to Ke and Vd will go this side. So R naught by Ke into Vd. We can write it as R naught by clearance also. So this is the equation for the steady state concentration in case of IV infusion. Once the drug reaches the steady state concentration, this equation represents that one. Now we need to substitute this case 2 equation in case 1. What is the case 1 equation? What we got there is that equation is amount, or you can say concentration is equal to R naught by CLT 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke T. This is the equation we got in the case 1 plain infusion. So case 2 is your steady state. Now wherever you get this, substitute, assume this is equation 5 and this is equation 6. Substitute 5 in 6. This is R naught by CLT. Wherever R naught by CLT is there, you substitute it as steady state concentration. So concentration is equal to steady state concentration into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ke T. Now multiply this steady state with this, you will get concentration is equal to steady state concentration minus steady state concentration multiplied by e to the power of minus Ke T. Now rearrange the equation. Okay, rearrange the equation. What we will get here is, take this steady state, this part here and send this part here. What you will get here? Check. So steady state concentration multiplied by e to the power of minus KET sent to left side, and concentration you send that to right side. You will get steady state concentration e to the power of minus KET is equal to steady state concentration minus concentration. Again send this steady state concentration which is there on the left side to the right side. What you will get? E to the power of minus KET is equal to CSS minus C by CSS. Now you have to convert this equation. It is in exponent form. Convert this equation to logarithm form. If you convert this equation to logarithm form, what we will get? Yeah, this equation is in exponent form. Convert this equation to logarithm form. So assume this equation as 7, equation 7. So equation 7 we are going to convert into logarithm form. We will get minus KE T by 2.303 is equal to log, means what? Apply log on the both side. You will get log CSS minus C by CSS. Now try to plot the graph for this. So graph will be like this. This will be your y-axis. This one log CSS minus C by CSS, and x-axis will be time, x and y. Because the slope is negative, we will get the negative slope, and the slope will give you minus KE by 2.303. Now to get the value of KE, that is elimination rate constant, in case of steady state concentration, you need to take the slope value from this graph, y2 minus yn by x2 minus x1 from this graph, and multiply that slope with 2.303. You will get the value of KE. So this what is case 2. We will see what is case 3. To achieve that steady state concentration, we will be giving one loading dose and other is maintenance dose. Now we will try to see what is case 3. Case 3 is you are giving, I will represent that case 3 here like this. What we are trying to do is, you are giving one loading dose, that is IV bolus at once. So IV bolus is given here. IV bolus will start falling like this. Then slowly the IV infusion will be given here. It will be increased like this. Overall the concentration of drug is maintained in steady state concentration. If you plot this in concentration and time versus graph. So I am giving one loading dose. This will be your maintenance dose. Means what? I am giving one IV bolus injection, and I am giving one maintenance that is your IV infusion. IV infusion will be for the maintenance dose and IV bolus for the loading dose. You can ask me, sir, why you are giving loading dose to achieve steady state concentration? In case 2 we achieve steady state concentration only through IV. In such case you need to wait for 3 to 4 half-lives. 3 to 4 half-lives of the drug. Just assume that if the half-life of the drug is 8 hours. If the half-life is 8 hours, then 8 into 4, literally you have to wait for 32 hours to achieve the steady state concentration in the patient body. By the time patient will die. To avoid this, what we will do is we will give one shot, booster shot, that is your loading dose. It is your IV bolus. Then we connect, after giving that IV bolus, we will connect that to IV infusion. Suddenly that IV bolus will raise the concentration and the IV infusion will maintain the concentration. So we will try to draw the graph for this. So assume that I am giving IV bolus here, and also the infusion is there in continuous part. So IV bolus, we are not representing IV bolus directly because we assume that IV bolus means the drug is suddenly appearing into the body. So what is the equation for this? So to write that equation, the concentration of the drug in the body when we give the IV bolus and IV infusion is, we need to write two equations here. One is for steady state, one is IV bolus plus other is IV infusion. Now write the equation for IV bolus and IV infusion. We already know that IV bolus equation is C naught multiplied by e to the power of minus KET in the exponent form. Please go and check that IV bolus equation. This is the IV bolus equation plus IV infusion equation is R naught by Ke into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ket. So these are the two equations. One equation is for the IV bolus, another equation is for the IV infusion. Now here we need to represent the loading dose. There where you will get confused. So concentration will be represented. See, what I am trying to write the equation here is the concentration in the body when you are going to maintain the steady state concentration by giving IV bolus as well as IV infusion. What is the concentration of drug in the body when you are going to maintain the steady state concentration by incorporating IV bolus and IV infusion? That is the equation. So that is concentration through IV bolus plus concentration through IV infusion. That what the summation. So IV bolus, IV infusion. But in this equation I need to introduce what is the loading dose, amount, what is that amount or how much dose I am going to give. For that, this is very important for us. See, what we will do is, we already know amount is equal to concentration into volume of distribution. Amount is equal to concentration into volume of distribution. So what can we write here is concentration is equal to amount by volume of distribution. So substitute this equation here. So what we will get? I'll write here concentration is equal to amount by volume of distribution. Substitute that equation in this equation. Concentration of the drug in the body when it is maintained by giving IV bolus and IV infusion is amount I am representing as X naught L. X naught L means amount initial loading dose. So divided by what is remaining here, volume of distribution, e to the power of minus Ket plus R naught by Ke into 1 minus e to the power of minus Ket. So this is the equation which will tell you what is the concentration of drug in the body when you maintain the steady state concentration by giving IV bolus and IV infusion. In the IV bolus, what is that amount of IV bolus? What is the dose? That is represented as X naught L, that is amount initial loading. X is amount, 0 is initial, L is loading. That what it is. So this equation will finish your concentration, and we can estimate the volume of distribution also very easily from this. Okay, so that how we can estimate the volume of distribution through the equation AUC is equal to it will be like Ke Vd R naught T. From this equation you can estimate the volume of distribution of the drug, that is your volume of distribution can be estimated here, and Ke into Vd is clearance. Clearance also can be estimated when you know the area under the curve. R naught is rate of infusion and T is time of infusion. Capital T represent time of infusion. So this what the derivation part you need to write in the exam. I hope you understand this. It will make you easy. Thank you.